KS Services is now offering preventative maintenance plans as low as $12 a month. Preventative maintenance is so important when it comes to your HVAC system. Let us come check your system out and perform our 22-point inspection. It's better to be safe than sorry. We have so many plans to choose from and special offers that go along with them. Call today for more information. 205-322-9090. Alabama license number 11120.
It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. I'm James Spann. Got an active weather day today. The chance of some severe weather, severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. Early tonight, we'll take a look at that and the extended forecast. So let's go. Here's the upper look this morning. Yet another big trough west of the state. Moving our way, that's progressive, and that'll set the dynamic support for active storms later. It's a mild morning. Look at those temperatures in the 60s in most spots. Keep in mind the average high today would be in the upper 50s. Tuscaloosa at 68. Those are at 5 o'clock, so obviously many spots are going to be up in the 70s today, setting the stage for a fairly unstable air mass. Got a cold front between Memphis and Little Rock. Back behind that front, Little Rock at 46, Tulsa 38. This is the instability across the region early this morning, and you can see the air is unstable. This is surface-based instability over parts of South Mississippi, Louisiana, extreme southwest Alabama, and that should expand northward during the day today. Not a lot of instability, but a little bit, certainly enough for some strong storms. All right, travelers, that's a mess around the country today. In the west, we have winter storm warnings for parts of New Mexico and Colorado and Arizona, the mountains. And then up north, snow likely from Wyoming up to Minnesota. There's a blizzard warning for parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. And then for the east, we have wind advisories from North Alabama up into Ohio and Pennsylvania. Winter storm warnings for northern Maine, and a dense fog advisory for parts of central Alabama this morning. Basically north of a line from Tuscaloosa down to Phoenix City. And that should dissipate by mid-morning. There is a wind advisory for the Tennessee Valley. We'll see strong pressure gradient winds later today this afternoon. Now, as the system approaches, we'll have the chance of severe storms. Here's the big picture. This is in a broad zone from around Baton Rouge and New Orleans up to near Cincinnati. And of course, so we got the standard slight risk for parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky. These are the tornado probabilities for today. And you see that 5% ring. That means there's a 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point in that area. So we'll be on the lookout for that. This is a closer look at our state and the timing. We think the window for northwest Alabama, 1 until 5 o'clock this afternoon. Places like Birmingham, Gadsden, Aniana, Brent, between 3 and 7, and then for places like Roanoke and Montgomery, 5 until 9. And we'll talk about the specific threats here in a bit, but obviously we could see some storms with strong straight-line winds, and again, the chance of an isolated tornado, especially in that slight risk area. And then tomorrow, the system is on out, and we don't expect any severe weather across the country. Precipitation for the next 7 days. A lot here across the Deep South. In Alabama, for the north, rain amounts between 2 and 3 inches, 1 to 2 inches for the southern counties of the state. So model fans, let's go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run at noon today. Got a big upper high over the Bahamas and a deep trough in the west, and we're kind of sandwiched in between. A deep surface low is likely going to develop down to the southwest of Indianapolis. And snow back in the cold sector from Denver to Minneapolis-St. Paul. Rain for Chicago and Cleveland. And down here in the warm sector, we'll have some thunderstorms to deal with. This is 2 o'clock. And at that point, this is coming off the HRRR, by the way, the main batch of storms, the line entering northwest Alabama. We'll watch for any little cells that can form out ahead of that line that try and rotate. There'll be quite a bit of helicity, but it's very, the instability values aren't that overwhelming, really not much, but again, sufficient for severe storms. But if any storms can get out ahead of that line, they might try and rotate. So an isolated tornado or two possible. The main threat, strong winds with that line of storms. And we should mention, too, the gradient winds away from those storms will be pretty high today, maybe gusting to 25, 30 miles an hour. And with the soil like it is, even that might knock down a tree or two, causing some scattered power outages. 4 o'clock, the line moves on down toward Athens and Fayette. Then by 6 o'clock, the line is coming through Tuscaloosa and approaching Birmingham. And then by 8 o'clock, the storms are east of Birmingham at that point. So again, that's the progression. Just a lot of folks will be out doing New Year's Eve parties tonight and things like that. Just kind of be weather aware. And if you watch this video, then we know you are. But let your friends that don't pay attention know that we could see some strong to severe storms this afternoon and this evening. Tomorrow, the system is on by. It's a cold high up there, 1042 millibars. But the brunt of the cold air is going to stay north of us. Highs tomorrow will drop back in the 60s. The bulk of the day should be dry, maybe a lingering shower down in southeast Alabama. But I think the sky will be mostly cloudy, maybe a little sun, probably not much. Now, Wednesday, we turn colder. Some of that cold air seeps in here. The high will be probably in the low 50s. The sky will stay cloudy, and a wave forms west of the state, and that's going to bring some more rain in here. Rain will likely begin Wednesday afternoon, like we really need that. And we note back in parts of West Texas, they could see some icing. This is Thursday, cold and wet. High temperatures will likely be in the low 50s, with rain falling much of the day, and again, snow possible for parts of West Texas and West Oklahoma. This is Thursday night. A surface low begins to form west of the state. The weather stays wet, and on Friday, that surface low deepens north of the state. We'll see rain mainly Friday morning. But for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, highs only in the 50s, so no worries with severe weather with no unstable air, but a lot of rain. And again, rain amounts in the 2 and 3 inch range by Friday. But how about some good news? The weekend looks good. This is Saturday. The sky will be sunny. We see a high close to 60, and Sunday should be a beautiful day, sunny with mid-60s after a low in the 30s. So a really nice weekend coming up. Here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 7th. Ridging over the Gulf of Mexico, poking in here. That looks dry and mild. How about upper 60s? Let's go out 10 days. Wednesday of next week, the 10th, or the 9th, I should say. Ridging just to the west, and again, that looks dry. So really, after this Friday, just maybe a good 5-day stretch with no rain. Check the numbers coming off the European. Again, we'll be up there in the 70s, I think, today. And again, after that, temperatures looking kind of seasonal for much of next week with highs mostly in the 50s. This is the CPC outlook for the 7th through the 13th. 8 to 14 days out. And again, this is suggesting much of the continental United States will see temperatures a little above average. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. We're on a holiday schedule. The next video will be at some point tomorrow morning. And if you can, join us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Happy New Year, and God bless.